Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about the 2026 Elimination Chamber. Let's go over matches, predictions, and preview for that PLE, which is happening on February 28th in Chicago, Illinois. So let's start with the World Heavyweight Championship match. There is probably a 95% chance that CM Punk wins this match. I think CM Punk is going to win this match. He's going to retain the World Heavyweight Championship, and Finn Balor is going to move on. Something that might actually happen in this match is that Dominic Mysterio is going to get involved in this World Heavyweight Championship match and maybe inadvertently or advertently cost Finn Balor the championship, which is going to lead to Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. And that is how CM Punk is going to retain, and then he's going to go to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns in the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania, and hopefully, God willing, pray to the wrestling gods, JBL, that Roman Reigns beats the snot out of CM Punk, and we end WrestleMania Night 2 with Roman Reigns as the new World Heavyweight Champion, and then the plan is for Roman Reigns then to pass the torch to Braun Breaker and lose to Braun Breaker at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. At least that was the plan, as far as I know, before Braun Breaker got injured, so I still think that might be the plan. But as of Elimination Chamber, I think CM Punk has about 95% chance of winning this match and retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. There is about a 5% chance that Finn Balor wins and walks out World Heavyweight Champion, and then I don't think the match is going to become a triple threat match. I think then Roman and CM Punk are basically just going to say, fuck it, we don't need the title. We're still going to be the main event of Night 2 because we're Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And then there's going to be sort of a new emergent contender for the World Heavyweight Champion. And then Finn Balor is going to be that champion at WrestleMania. But the biggest match of the night will still be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. That's a very long shot chance of happening, but you never know. 95% chance CM Punk wins and takes that title to WrestleMania. Then we move on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch right now has made the Women's Intercontinental Championship the most prestigious title in the women's division. Jade Cargill has completely destroyed the WWE Women's Championship. It's a meaningless title, and she's a meaningless champion. I think Stephanie Vacour, I'd give her about a C+. I'd give Jade Cargill like a 0. She just doesn't even get a fucking grade. It's horrible. Everything about her has been horrible. Her wrestling is horrible. Promos, everything is shit. So I can't wait for her to fucking lose at WrestleMania. I got a little fired up there, excuse me, but that's how I feel. Stephanie Vacour, about a C+. Tag team titles, okay, whatever. United States Championship, meaningless. But the Intercontinental Championship, simply because of Becky Lynch, is the most prestigious title in the women's division. And so AJ Lee will beat her at Elimination Chamber, and then they'll have an actual Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. And I hope Becky Lynch wins because I can't really stand AJ Lee. The only reason I kind of like AJ Lee a little bit is because she's a big proponent for mental health, and that's really important to me. But she's also married to CM Punk, who's a slimeball, sleazeball, con artist, and a fraud. So it's hard for me to wrap my mind around all those feelings. But I think Becky Lynch is going to lose. AJ Lee will win, and you'll see them wrestle again at WrestleMania, and this time for the actual title. Then we have 2 Elimination Chamber matches. The first one being the women's Elimination Chamber match. You have Tiffany Stratton versus Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss versus Asuka versus Kiana James versus Raquel Rodriguez. I think the only person in the women's Elimination Chamber match who has 0% chance of winning is Kiana James. 0% chance of winning. You're absolutely not going to have her go to WrestleMania and and have a match with Jade Cargill. It's not even going to be close to the main event. It might actually be the buffer match before the main event, which is like the worst match to be in. I would put that match there because almost every single Jade Cargill match is atrocious. We know that Stephanie Vacour is facing Liv Morgan. I think that's going to be a good match. I think Liv Morgan is going to walk out of WrestleMania as the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion, and God willing, Jade Cargill loses at WrestleMania, so it's not going to be Kiana James. I'd actually love it to be Raquel Rodriguez, because I think, power for power, Raquel Rodriguez can absolutely dominate Jade Cargill and then walk out as WWE Women's World Champion, and you have a Judgment Day party with Raquel and Liv Morgan. That could be cool, but I don't think Raquel is going to win. I don't think Alexa Bliss is going to win. I don't think Asuka is going to win. I think your highest 2 competitors, the highest percentage of winning, is Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. But if you want to have business, and you want to actually make that title mean something, you have Rhea Ripley win, because Tiffany Stratton is not very good either, right? And she's not someone who can carry someone to a great match. She can be carried to a great match, but she's not someone who can carry someone to a great match. And so you need someone who can carry someone to a great match, and that someone is Rhea Ripley, or Rhea Ripley, however you say her name. And I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley who wins the Women's Elimination Chamber. And then I think 100% fact you have to have her beat Jade Cargill, and then Jade Cargill should literally never be WWE Women's Champion ever again until she learns how to work. She cannot work. She has no wrestling ability whatsoever. Her promos are okay, and she's only defended her title once in like 120 days, simply because WWE is trying to protect her, which is a smart idea, but they shouldn't have her be champion anyways because she's diminishing the belt completely. And so I have Rhea Ripley win the Elimination Chamber and then beat Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Pretty straightforward. That's the best option. Tiffany Stratton would be the next option. I'd love to see Alexa Bliss and Asuka also take the title from Jade Cargill. Literally would like to see anyone take the title from Jade Cargill, but I think Ripley is the best option since she's the most over wrestler in the women's division and one of the most over wrestlers in WWE. And then you have the main event of the evening, which will be the men's Elimination Chamber match. This one's a bit tricky, so there are a couple people in here who won't win. There's a 100% chance that Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso will not win. And so it leaves Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, or LA Knight, right? Because the whole match is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton versus LA Knight versus Jey Uso versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams. Now, we know Javon Evans is going to do something fucking crazy, something cool, some OG shit, whatever he does, right? But he's not going to win. Trick Williams is not going to win. Jey Uso's certainly not going to win and have another world title match at back-to-back WrestleManias, because that whole Jey Uso singles run experiment was a joke and didn't work out. He can't wrestle either in big-time matches. He can certainly potentially kind of wrestle in tag matches, but he cannot wrestle in big-time pressure-filled main event matches over and over and over again. And so it comes down to really three people: Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and LA Knight. The easy sort of simple pick is going to be Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes wins. He goes on to WrestleMania to face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship, and he beats him. And now you have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes as champions, leaving WrestleMania, which is really what WWE wants. Okay, but the rumor is that there's going to be a multi-man match for Drew McIntyre's championship. And so that means Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton have a chance to win. But then how does that match become a 4-way, a 3-way, or 5-way? Right? Initially it was like Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Then it became a 4-way of Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, and Randy Orton. And the latest rumor is that it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton versus Aleister Black, which I hate. I like Randy Orton being involved in the mix, and if the only way that Randy Orton can be involved in the mix of that match, if it's a fatal 4-way, let's make it a fatal 4-way. I don't really see Randy Orton or Jacob Fatu walking out of WrestleMania as the champion, even though Randy Orton certainly should. That would be fucking awesome, and people would love it. I think it's too early for Jacob Fatu. I don't think he's done enough to cement himself as a guy who can be WWE Undisputed Champion, even though Roman Reigns is about to make the World Heavyweight Championship the most prestigious title because he's fucking Roman Reigns. But still, there is more prestige when it comes to the WWE Undisputed Championship. So I'm not sure Jacob Fatu is ready. I don't think WWE wants to pull the trigger yet with Randy Orton again. So most likely it will be Cody Rhodes who wins, and then Cody Rhodes will win at WrestleMania for sort of the routine, sort of no-risk move from WWE. Now, it would be really fucking cool if LA Knight won. That's my fan vote, not my actual prediction. I just gave you my prediction. But my fan vote, as a fan watching Elimination Chamber, LA Knight wins. Now, maybe for sort of the outside casual viewer, that's not a great sort of match, LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. But right now, WWE should cater to its hardcore fans, because those are the ones that are losing interest. Those are the ones that are not buying tickets for WrestleMania. And those are the ones that are saying, fuck you to WWE. Everything sucks. So you buy into their stuff right now. And they have been hot for LA Knight for years, waiting for him to win the big one. And this is the opportunity. Then you can have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton just wrestle at WrestleMania, or Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania, or you could even do a 4-way: Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton, Aleister Black, WrestleMania. Don't need the strap for that. LA Knight wins the Elimination Chamber, goes on to WrestleMania, beats Drew McIntyre, and becomes the WWE Undisputed champion. Fans would absolutely love that. The hardcore, true WWE fans would absolutely love that. I think that's the direction they should go instead of doing the easy choice of picking Cody Rhodes and having Cody Rhodes win and yada, yada, yada. And like the multi-man match is fine, but that's what I would do as a fan if I was WWE. But those are my predictions and my preview for Elimination Chamber. I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Then come back here to see if I got any of the predictions right and come back here for my total reaction to Elimination Chamber the day after it happens. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers. Thanks.